Dixon native Isaiah Roby got scooped up by the San Antonio Spurs this week. He's ready to take on a new challenge with a new team. Even after a solid couple of years with Oklahoma City, in which he started 62 games, the Thunder waived Isaiah Roby this week. The San Antonio Spurs snagged him off waivers shortly after that.
Even speaking with the coaching staff and front office at Oklahoma City after what happened, after getting waived by them, they said this is, you came a long way, you've grown into a solid NBA player, and this decision, it wasn't a decision of whether or not I could play in the NBA. It was just, it was a roster crunch, and I've full confidence in myself going down to San Antonio and competing down there and compete in the NBA next year.
Roby is grateful for the opportunities he received in Oklahoma City.
That's the one thing from OKC that I really take with me is just invaluable experience, just guarding different teams, learning how certain teams play, things like that. So this just over the years, just continuing to learn and grow.
While he's expanded his game every year since getting drafted in 2019, Roby's mindset is what's grown the most over the past 3 years.
I would say, confidence and assertiveness. I think there's been times where, even in college, like just going back and watching, whether it was my role or not, I think I kind of lacked some aggressiveness. And, in the NBA, I've been able to figure out where to be aggressive, how to be aggressive, and, how to be successful at that. So that's probably the number one, the biggest improvement I've had.
Roby is working out in Chicago a lot this offseason as he tries to keep making improvements to his game.
Every offseason, I try to focus on one thing primarily. This offseason has been, continuing to add strength, continuing to make my body feel better. That way, when training camp comes, I'm ready to go. So that's been my focus this summer.
He did make it back to Dixon for the Petunia Festival recently, and he always enjoys coming home.
That's one thing I always tell people is kind of like special about growing up in a small town is you get to go home and see people that you grew up, went to school with, play sports against. Like I saw guys from other towns, and obviously, my friends, seeing my friends is always special. So whenever I get the chance to go back to Dixon, I try to take advantage of that.
His message to young kids: try plenty of different sports.
I grew up playing football. I grew up playing football, basketball, soccer, baseball. I ran track and jumped high school. I just say don't start taking it too serious too young.
Roby even picked up a new sport since joining the NBA.
I picked up golf 3 years ago, and I'm better, but I'm still not good,
But he's plenty good on the basketball court as he looks to play a role on a rebuilding Spurs team this season. We will continue to follow Roby's journey in the NBA this season.